Good morning, everyone. This part of service is what we call community. It's a time that we have one of our dear sister come up and share what has crossed me to her in this stage of her life, and for us to commemorate the sacrifice, the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And today we have our wonderful sister, Jolly, coming up to share with us. And she has asked me to read Psalm chapter 139, verse 23 to 24.
Come on.
So in Psalms chapter 139, in verse 23 to 24, it reads, Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. And I give you Jolly.
Come on, Jolly.
All right. Just gonna. All right. Maloni, my name is Jolly, and I have been a Christian for 10 months now. Today, I have the privilege to share about what the cross means to me. Sorry.
Come on, Jolly. Come on, Jolly.
Okay. What does the cross mean to me? Sorry. Is it my happiest moments or my saddest moments? What about during the many questions I ask God? Or about my lifestyle? Is it righteous? Or about trying so hard to hold on when I feel like I'm slowly dying on the inside? What if I answer the question with a question? How has it been? How has it been since you chose Jesus to be your Lord? What does the cross mean to me? It is a reflection of my Christian walk in every season of my life. I was a 3-month-old Christian and said, God, I'm so loved by you and I'm so excited for this new journey. I was a 4-month-old Christian and said, thank you, God, for just giving me a beautiful family. I was a 5-month-old Christian and said, Father, thank you for saving my cousin Ano. You knew I needed him. I was a 6-month-old Christian and said, persecuted by my family, it hurts, God. But if Jesus could handle it, then I can too. I was a 7-month-old Christian and said, can't sleep for this thank you for shaping me. Trials after trials, I love this. I was an 8-month-old Christian and said, she fell away and it hurts. How do you deal with that pain? Jolly, focus on the mission.
Come on.
I was a 9-month-old Christian and said, how do I deal with the pain that I can do this, but I also want to give up? I am a 10-month-old Christian now, and what about now, you might be asking. As I have been reflecting on my walk with God, He has already been moving in my life. These different stages of my Christian life so far reminds me of how God has equipped me to be able to face the next stage. He has always been working in my life. I have seen that I have been very self-focused, allowing myself to dwell in the hardship, not having the motivation to give my heart to people, and I would numb myself from the pain. But through it all, I also see character building, spiritual growth, overcoming mountains after another, and a reminder why Jesus died on that cross. Do you remember the feeling of being saved after being dunked underwater? Do you remember why you chose to make that important decision of your life? I had to revisit that over and over again. I needed to remind myself why I came this far.
Come on, Jolly.
Psalms 139, verse 22 to 24 talks about heart and test me, God. When thinking about the heart, there's so many ways where Satan can lead me astray from God, as I already have summed it up. God knows the depth of my heart. He will remove any offensive way because it offends him. With that, God always lead me to the right path. When God said in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, he has a plan for me, well, he does. What does this tell you about God? When I reflect on Jesus throughout his ministry, God strengthened and gave him the tools to be able to fulfill his purpose, to die on the cross for everyone. When Jesus died on the cross, he took the pain and wiped the tears that would slowly run down my cheeks. He took the self-focus and shifted my focus to keep looking at me, child. He took the ugliest and molded me to a woman of God. And while he was hanging on the cross, lifeless, he took it all from you and I. Years later, I realized that I am a part of his legacy. It lives on long after he dies. As Jesus hung on that cross, he would have questioned why he did this in the first place. And he knew he wasn't alone because God built his character to face death. He wasn't alone during this process. I look at his sacrifice and remember the hurt he felt, the grace given to those who don't deserve mercy. It is for this reason that I am a Christian today. Was it the blessing or the lesson learned God has given me so far? No. Everything I have in life. As I'm going to conclude with what the cross means to me, I cannot fully grasp on everything that God has done with giving up Jesus to die on that cross so I can have a second chance. But I am grateful for God for rescuing me. I would like to sing this song with the help of my sisters Shelly and Annie. This song is about describe what God has given to me.